Where are you, Joseph?
Let's
Okay, so
see
I
who else is here.
Nigeria.
Joseph is our
Uh,
speaker.
Nigeria, what time is it?
Well, it's around 12:01 a.m.
Oh my
Today is
goodness.
23rd of January.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's late for me. I'm getting old.
He's young enough. Why we do welcome Nigeria and Kenya and Seattle and other things, because we do want to support the junior developers, and we do want to support those who are just giving their first talks, getting their feet wet with the public speaking, with the development community. This is the main point here, to support developers community, because we wouldn't be able to succeed without each other. Yay. And couple words about myself. My name is Yulia. I'm the founder of Open Hub, and I run local, very local Hudson Valley technology community. But I'm glad to meet and greet people all over the globe, because I myself have international experience. So my goal is to support community here and to do show and tell and enrich each other. Okay, so what I suggest, um, everyone please use chat to introduce yourself. We will ask you to unmute and say a couple of words, but chat, that's something what you will be able to save going forward. Okay. Make sure to share your LinkedIn profile. If you want to share your GitHub profile, feel free to do that as well, because that's how we connect. What I'm looking to see out of this meeting is just forcing mutual connections. If you will make new friends, if you will make new connections, if you will learn something from each other, this would be wonderful. So I'm glad to see some familiar faces here. Ben, I miss you so much. You have no
Uh,
idea. I
I'm
know
happy to be
people are going through
back.
personal challenges. This is fine. But maybe Ben will be our speaker sometimes very soon.
I could be
Just
down for that.
FYI, we alternate online meetups with in-person meetups. So I'm looking forward to see Ben giving a talk in in-person meetup. Well,
That's
he
right.
is in Rhinebeck, New York, but he is very professional in. Could you tell more about yourself, Ben?
Sure. As Yulia alluded to, last year was a tough year for me. I had been working, I had co-founded a company called Envision like 13, 14 years ago. And that closed down at the beginning of last year. So that was a huge chapter of my life that ended kind of at the same time where the tech industry was also starting to see a lot of struggles. So it was just that and my dog died and family stuff. And it was 2025 was not like a banner year for me, but I'm coming into 2026 now, just feeling more positive and trying to be more proactive about learning some of the AI stuff. I'm tend to be a laggard when it comes to adopting new things. I like boring, stable technologies. Um, so I'm still like at the chat GPT adoption of AI. So I'm looking to see how some of the more developer focused tooling might help me out. That's me.
And I'm glad to see Nick is saying the same things, same here and such and such. Nick gave a talk once a while ago, but actually we are looking forward to have the in-person meetup in Poughkeepsie March 11th. So maybe you too, your professional experience is very combinable, and you too will give something really cool for in-person meetup for March 11th. Who
All
knows?
right. Let's put our heads together.
Yes, please. Nick, please share your link, your URL for LinkedIn. And if it's okay, please unmute yourself and talk a little bit more.
Sure, I'm happy to speak. I'm going to stay off video.
Okay.
My surroundings are not conducive to that. Hearing Ben talk about 2025 was like hearing a recording of myself talking about my 2025. I had tons of issues that delayed my business development, but I'm kind of back at it. One thing that was positive out of the amount of downtime I ended up having in 2025 was that I got a chance to work on AI a lot. And maybe I might want to talk about that at the meetup. I developed an MCP server recently. I used my DevOps chops and sysadmin and software engineering chops to stand up a source graph installation. So source graph is really interesting, pretty advanced software symbol tracker. And I set it up so that I could basically throw an MCP server in front of it and put any library I want, point it at any library I want, and use that library. I don't know anything about it. I just go into the chat and say, hey, Claude, take a look at this new repo. I want to, replace this other library with this new one. Give me some code, and it kind of gets it done. And that's helped me build my website rapidly. So I'm looking to develop to release a beta of a game scheduling website, probably before end of Q1. Hopefully within 2 weeks I'll be in beta. So that's me.
Thanks, Nick. Good to see you here. A lot of thumbs up for your talk. That's good. It's nice, actually. It doesn't. What I like about this level of development, AI development, that the junior developers probably are more ahead of elders like me. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's move with to see who else is here. So, who wants to go next? Jess, do you want to unmute yourself once you're on
Yes,
camera?
yes, I can go next. So this is my first time joining this group. Super excited to be here. So I'm an art director by trade, but at night, moonlight as a web developer for e-commerce shops.
Oh,
So
wow.
and yeah, recently I was able to use the Copilot stuff to create um more like a customization kind of preview experience for some of the jewelry that my friend did. So that was really fun. So, but my job, I touch AI all the time as an art director, also like a UX designer. So
Uh-huh.
that's what I do. So really excited to be here again.
Where are you located, Jess, while you're here? Physically, where are you physically?
Oh, I'm in Dutchess County, I'm in Millbrook.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Another
Yeah,
neighbor
I'm super
detected.
excited
Good.
about the Poughkeepsie meetup. So
Yeah.
it's definitely I'll definitely love to be there.
Yeah. We're
Um,
looking for the space right now. Either Marist or another good location will be definitely available for us.
Mhm.
So let's get together. That's
Yeah,
cool.
sounds like a plan.
Okay. Who wants to go next? I see Joseph Betty and Johnson Betty. Joseph, is it you just trying to hack it in multiple modalities? No, not you? Okay.
So, what do you want me to go next?
No volunteers? Chris Matola, I'm glad to see you here. Welcome back. Would you like to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Sure. This is a new computer, so I actually don't have a webcam set up. But yeah, I am kind of a hybrid.
Amateur,
Can you hear me?
amateur developer?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm kind of a hybrid liberal arts and programmer, so I do a kind of have a leg in both worlds. I've been using AI a bit to I've been getting back into game development with a few out of work developers in California, and we're trying to get a game off the ground. But yeah, we're using AI not so much in the like asset development process, but as a way to kind of create kind of help with our prototyping and
Only using or building
boilerplating.
something with AI? Are you using Agent Development Kit so far? No, not yet.
We're using like a bit of I think like Gemini and Claude Code on the coding side.
Okay. That's
On the
good.
art side, more I think just for basic references and whatnot to like for the artist to kind of hit and work off of. So
Good.
um,
Thank you.
I also like did a pass on a website through Chat GPT a while back, which it helped and made things more difficult at the same time, but it was an interesting experience.
That's so cool. So, who wants to go next? Thank you, Chris. I do want to
I
hear
can,
from new faces. Who's that?
oh, okay. I'm an old face though. I was going to say I'll go next because I have one hand that's clean. I'm cooking. But
Hey, Judy, good to see you here. Where are
so
you
good
right
to
now?
see you too. Right now I'm in Florida, but
Okay.
I'll be back soon as the snow goes away.
I think we're
So,
about to get more.
oh
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
huge
Um, I
snowfall is expecting.
I just want to say that down here, I'm also active with the Miami Google Developers Group, also the students at FIU, their student group. And we are putting together a colossal International Women's Day for April 16th. Um, we have an agreement with Alonzo and Tracy Morning's Overtown Youth Center and Miami-Dade College to host an International Women's Day event there this year. So I'm really excited about that. I'm so happy to be able to, pair with Overtown Youth Center. They've got so many good things going on. And then as far as what I'm doing personally, like to make money, I I have been working a lot with AI also. I have 2 AI certifications already, and I've been able to put up, different websites that have the, sales pitch that I could produce custom SaaS software. And, it's been pretty easy as an open source project. It's, got a base, and then the whole ecosystem is about the plugins and the add-ons, and so that's been really good too. And also, I've been doing prompt challenges, which has helped me to like learn how to make a WordPress site in like 5 minutes. So that's it.
That's
That's
good.
all for me.
Oh, that's good. Okay, more cool people are joining. Thank you, Judy. That's WordPress website in 5 minutes. It sounds really cool. Okay. Let's hear from new people. First of all, it sounds like I'm seeing some names which I was interested to get to meet. How about Maxim? Maxim Groshevoy. Can you unmute yourself? Maybe show your beautiful face. Introduce yourself. Am I asking very scary things to do? Okay, Jason, you want to go next? Jason Gardner.
Sounds good. I got cut out here at the store, and this
Cool.
group might be interested. I'm at BJ's, and I just got passed by an automated robot that's doing inventory. So we do live in the future.
Yes,
I'm
we do.
I'm Jason Gardner. I'm over in Binghamton actually, so about 3 hours from Hudson Valley. We're 3 hours from everywhere up here. I'm a Flutter developer. Got into generative AI because I'm excited about what it can do for actual productivity applications. So that's what I'm working on with my projects. I did want to do a plug if you do your in-person meetups, which is cool. I'm actually just started the new branch of AI Tinkerers. It's an international meeting group for builders in AI. And I used to go down to New York City for it, but then I threatened them, and sure enough, they let me start the club up here in upstate. So I'll put the link in AI Tinkers Upstate, which is another great org. And that's why I was canvassing the whole area for what's available. And I was excited to see this group. So I'll put some info into it. We have our first meeting February 10th. So if anyone's not in Florida or 10 time zones away, I would love to see your faces.
Will it be virtual, right?
No, this is a in-person one. It's focused on both meeting folks, but also very tight demos of working code. It's a pretty cool format. Like I said, I'll
That's
put the
cool.
link in it,
Okay,
give it a look-see, but I'm glad this one's virtual so I can attend.
cool. So let's do networking, that kind of networking, more five more minutes because Joseph is here to present his project, and then we will have Uday Shankar to giving a lightning talk. Hopefully, you will be all interested. So let's hear from a couple more people, but not speakers. Uday, fair enough? You will get a chance
Sure.
to speak.
Hi, yeah. I'm glad to meet with you all. This is the first time I'm joining this. So I found this initiative through GDG, the Google Developer Group, and it's exciting to see like all this happening. Lots of trainings, lots of networking and ideas sharing. So this is really something which we can make value out of. And as of now, I'm working as an analyst in a healthcare company. And most of the work which I do is related to Tableau, data analytics, tool development, automations, and using AI, a lot of AI for sure. So yeah, I can see that a lot of us are using Copilot for development and all the different works we do. So it'll be really exciting to see what you all have. Good place to learn as well. Yep, excited.
At
That's
work,
cool. That's
at work,
cool.
they're trying to put something called N8N in place, some
Yep,
sort of like a workflow system that sits on top of, like we're having it on top of Elasticsearch and something called Autopower and MySQL. And it's fascinating to see them try to have the agents analyze the data and like
yep.
do schema inspection and figure out how it maps to domain models. It's like, but it's like also very impressive that it can do this
Awesome.
kind of
Do you use
stuff.
an ID for that or your custom scripting?
I don't know. I'm not really working on that stuff. I'm
Okay.
just watching them do it in meetings, but it's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Cool, cool. Yeah. Awesome stuff, certainly.
Cool. I see Ali Mojit. Am I saying your name right, Ali? He's giving a lot of emoji. Would you like to unmute yourself and say a few words? Where are you located, Ali? I guess somewhere in southeast. Sounds like I wild guessed, right? Okay. Feel free to share your links in the chat. If you want to connect with people, I'm putting a couple links out there. First link is the GDG Hudson. If you would join our chapter, you would be able to see everything what we do. You will get notified about all events. Please join. No risk, no pay fee. Second thing is the Slack channel. We're using this as a messenger. That's where people just have one-on-ones or just sharing their cases, their experience, their projects. What I find fascinating about our networking, the moment someone is saying, oh, I'm not good enough, but I'm trying this, even the fact you're saying, what are you trying, is a valuable prompt for us to learn something new because maybe what you do, others didn't do yet. So Ben, everything what you said, being so humble, it's actually really valuable. Okay, I
I
see
appreciate it.
Patrick is joining our Slack channel. That's good. Patrick, would you like to unmute yourself and say a few words? Yes, no? Two more people and we will
Sure.
go.
I can introduce myself. Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm actually a college student, so hearing you guys all actually in the industry doing real things with AI is super cool. I've done pretty much nothing, just some few classwork projects, but I'm hoping to get to where you guys are one day.
I'm not good enough too.
Just learning,
Me
learning.
too. Me too. Me too. I can mirror everything what you're saying. Okay, last introduction and we will start with presentation. Who wants to go? Thank you, Patrick, for being brave. Sankar, maybe?
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Hey, my name is Shankar Ayanala, and I'm working for BMC Software as a solution architect.
Where?
Uh, BMC Software, the company is located in Houston, and we have an offices in R&D office in California. I'm located in Maryland. I'm working as a remote um, position. So my primary responsibility is to work with the customers, help them migrate to cloud and adopt our agentic AI solutions. So we have almost like 28 to 30 agentic AI solutions to automate ITSM, ITOM area, and I help customer to automate their systems using our agentic AI solution, which is called BMC Helix GPT.
That's amazing. This is really good. Where are you physically located? Where do you
I'm in
live?
Maryland.
Maryland.
Maryland. Yes.
That's so cool. How did you find us? GDG?
GDG. Yes.
That's good. That's good. Let me mention one more person. I'm not sure if I'm seeing this because hmm, hmm, hmm. One more speaker. Next month we will have another cool speaker, John Paul. I don't see him. He was here, but I don't see him here right now. I don't know, maybe on and off.
Yeah. Hi, Yulia. I'm
Here
here.
you are. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Myself, I'm John. I've been part of this GDG Hudson for a couple of months probably. I've been attending these sessions. Thank you, Yulia. We got connected through hackathons and good presentations at the RPI College. So I am a lead developer here at New York State. I work here locally in Schenectady area. So I'm also looking into all the AI stuff, learning all the cool things from Google products. I'm pretty much using the anti-gravity pretty much every day in my current workplace right now. And I'm excited to share a few thoughts in the next talk.
Cool. Thank you for joining, John. So
Thank
that's
you.
how we usually run our online meetups. So first round of introduction just to see who is in the room, then having some talks, and then we will get back to networking and asking questions and such again. But John will be talking and giving a talk and showing you what he's done with playing with AGK and such. Yay, Schenectady is not far away. From where? Question is from where, right?
I sorry, it looks like it's just north of Albany. I'm Google
A little
mapping it
bit.
right now. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, Joseph, are you ready? Joseph, you're first here as a speaker. If you're ready, we will be more than happy to hear from you. He might have not very stable internet connection, so let's see.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. So my network connection is bad, so, but I don't know if you can hear me very well.
If you're ready, go ahead and share your screen and give your talk. If you need a little bit more
It's all
time, so
right,
we
but
can
I just want to confirm first.
we can hear you well. Yeah.
Okay, it's all right. So due to the network issues, I don't think I'll be able to uh, display my video, but I can be able to share my screen to show some highlight of what I want to talk about.
You're breaking. Is it only on my end or everyone is experiencing that?
Yeah, same for me.
It's breaking.
Hmm.
So can I go ahead?
Let's give it a try. Yes, Joseph. Let's give it a try. Can you share your screen with your presentation?
Okay.
Are you ready to share your screen, Joseph? Yay, it's coming.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so but I'm really so sorry about the network connection. It's
All
really
good.
slow and it's bad. And so okay, so can I proceed? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes. Now good.
It's all right. So I just want to briefly introduce myself. And my name is Joseph Betsy. I'm a software developer, and I am currently based in Nigeria here. And just like what we have here on the screen, the theme for my talk today, I'll be talking about practical AI for developers. But I'll be asking in intervals if you can actually hear me, so I'll know if I'm not talking to myself.
Okay.
Okay.
We can hear you. So far, so good.
All right. So this talk particularly of mine, it's not really about advanced machine learning or how to train someone on using large AI models from scratch, but it's just about how developers like, us, some of us here who are on this forum, can actually use AI in real applications. So we'll just talk about how to build useful AI features, and then how to avoid some common mistakes, how then we can actually integrate AI responsibly, and then look out for, more practical and secure way of making our approaches and using open source tools. So whether a person is a front end, the back end, the full stack, well, I'm sure this topic would actually matter to you because when we look at the world today, generally AI is becoming most part of every modern day applications. So it's something of really concerns. And I just thought about the topic and I felt, okay, fine. It's something really interesting everybody would want to listen to. Okay. So my slide here, my introduction. So for the next slide, where we have why this talk matters. So just like what I said previously, AI tool is actually growing extremely fast, and day by day we hear of news on new more of AI tools that are being created. And in just the last few years, AI has actually moved from research labs, how they try to come up with ideas and then formulate this AI into more responsive use. We've seen the impact of how these AI tools are really come in play, and many of us are really benefiting from it. And some examples we have of some of these AI tools, like the chatbots, we have assistants, it also helps in content generation, search, and automation. So I still want to confirm, I don't know if I can be heard. Leah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes, of course I can.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Oh,
Do you want me to replace your screen sharing? I can do demo and you can tell me which slide to show. Joseph. Okay. So let me do this. Joseph, I will do screen sharing because you're breaking again. And what I will do for everyone, I'm putting the link to your slides in the chat. It's not very good. Okay. Joseph, can you hear me? I will do screen sharing. So he did represent the first slide, and he did address why this talk matters. Can you hear us, Joseph? Can you talk about this slide free now?
Yeah.
I assume he
Hello.
could potentially call in on phone. Would that work
Oh,
better?
that's a good
If
idea.
he would be in US. But maybe.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Is it good if I will share your screen? I mean, I will do that. And you will just guide me what slide you want to talk.
Okay, it's fine. So I think you can go to the second slide.
Second? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I sincerely apologize for my design on the presentation for this talk. So
It's fine.
not really that creative about it. Yeah, okay, it's all right. Okay. So so I was actually talking about how AI has actually become much easier to have access to, and how developers can actually sign up for APIs and then get a few lines code. Then, product can actually be created from giving AI prompts to develop something for the user. And so many developers and organizations today, of course, most times startups and new dev, junior devs and all that, they rush into AI without actually understanding the risk about it. And so some of the mistakes that are there, example are like exposing the API keys and sending sensitive user data to these AI tools, and without quickly knowing into the security risks and privacy issues. And sometimes actually filtrates and the user's information, and at the end of the day, it can actually cause a lot of problems. And so, well, so this talk will just help us to see how we can, for most of us who are developers, junior devs, or trying to start up a company, how we should just slow down to um, do AI with the right way, and not just give it a prompt and then give it some secret codes, and you just want everything to be built for you by AI. So, of course, there are a lot of process, and you need to understand how AI works and what prompt to give to it and how to make use of AI responsibly. And
Sounds
so
good.
can you take us to, yeah. So can you take us to the next slide
Yes.
where AI is used today? Good. So sometimes when you hear people, when they hear the word of AI, most of the times they actually imagine something very complex, a complex system like something robust, or we have example like the self-driving cars. And so they feel AI is something unimaginable or unrealistic. But actually, AI has actually so many benefits, and it's really simple and practical once you could be able to understand the logic and then the fundamentals of it. And so we have example of chatbots, virtual assistants, and so many more, as well as text and images and videos. So these are examples of what AI can actually assist one to do. So instead of sometimes um, lively integrating a real user to be able to communicate with a customer, you can actually integrate an AI tool that will be able to give response as a chatbot to a user, possibly before and a live agent can actually reach out to this person. So the key point about it is that we do not need to have deep experts in the use of AI effectively, but we also need to have a clear understanding of how to integrate AI responsibly into our applications. And AI is just another tool in our development stack. And to be frank, AI is really powerful. It's a powerful tool. And it's just like a fire that is so powerful, you don't handle it properly, it just flares up and it causes lots of problem. So that is how AI is also. So it needs to be used carefully so as just to avoid some lots of damages on whatever applications it is we're working on.
Cool. Next slide.
So I don't know if I can be heard.
Shall we talk about common developer mistakes or?
Yes.
Okay.
So most times these common developer mistakes usually don't happen because developers are careless. Sometimes it's because developers are under pressure to move fast. Sometimes when they just feel like they need to get this thing done, it's embarrassing to call oneself a developer and then you can't bring something to life, but then you feel like it's important to just make use of AI at any cost and then give it whatever it is you want. So one of the first common mistake is for developers is placing an AI API keys directly into your front end code. And when something like this happens, anyone can actually inspect the application and then extract some keys, and that could actually allow them to misuse the services at the developer's expense. And I think one second mistake is then sending sensitive user data to AI, thinking without the cost of the privacy or data protection. Sometimes your login details, your credentials, your passwords, so much sensitive data, and then you expose them to AI, leaving them to be saved at the cloud server. So all of this could actually, once it's being exposed, one can lose control over such information. Then the third mistake has to do with having no usage limits, logging in, monitoring the use of AI. So without monitoring, we may likely not know how AI is actually being used.
Sorry about that. 1 second.
It's fine.
Where is that? Right. Where did I put it? 1 second. Okay. Got it back. Sorry about that. Misclicked. Okay. These are useful summaries of all mistakes we were not thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay. Next slide, security and responsibility.
So when making use of AI responsibly, it doesn't require complex rules or expensive tools. So it mostly comes down to awareness and planning. So AI requests should be made from the back end rather than directly from the front end. So accessing these AI featured tools should be controlled and then limited based on user rules or usage rules. And then only necessary data should be sent to AI services. So especially when dealing with sensitive information. So such a developer needs to be cautious when making use of such AI tools, giving it a prompt, and then usage should also be monitored and logged to help out for security, debugging, and cost control. So responsible AI is not just about fear, it's about intentional and thoughtful design. So I think it's something that could actually help one to make use of safe, responsible AI practices. So, but let's look at a real world example on the next slide. Well, I sincerely apologize for this cramped way of wrapping up this presentation, but this diagram actually shows how a chatbot interacts with an AI system. Then you'll notice it has the wrong approach, which is the insecure approach, and then we also have the secure approach. When you look at the wrong approach, notice that the chatbot connects directly from the front end to the AI services, and it leaves room for exposure of the AI API keys and allows uncontrolled data sharing and provides no protection against misuse. But when we look at the secure approach, it helps us to see how requests are routed through the backend. This allows us to, be able to hide our API keys and then filter users' inputs. And of course, limit what AI can actually do and monitor usage. And so this is a very good example of simple way of how we can actually interact with AI when developing a chatbot or whatever it is we are working on. So this design ensures that the system is secure, and sure and scalable. And if you notice from the diagram here, it's not just trying to point out some huge complexity, but the goal is just to be responsible when trying to make integration using AI. So I think let's move over to the next slide to see.
May I ask, what's the worst case? What would happen if your API key is exposed?
Okay, so when your AI keys is exposed, well, you won't be able to control the data sharing or some private information, sensitive information, and then it can actually cause the loss of data or whatever it is you're working on. So it's a threat, and then it needs to be protected, secure.
Okay, thank you. Why open source helps?
Yeah, so open source tools provides transparency, flexibility, and then strong community review. So they allow developers to understand what's happening under the hood instead of just treating AI as a black box. So using open source tools responsibly, it also helps to reduce the risk and then avoid maybe a vendor lock-in or to build something better, build a better AI applications. So I think these are just some few examples of reasons why open source tools for AI would really play a very vital role, so important for developers to use. So, but what skills then do developers need to stay effective and responsible? The next slide will tell us some skills that would.
Yeah. Any specific open source to recommend? The one which you are using and rely on?
Well, I'd say for me, I mostly use GitHub, so I don't know if one would actually consider that to be an open source, but for me, it's really effective. I like using it.
Okay. Skills to focus on.
Yeah, so while developers should understand AI fundamentals, it is also crucial to understand what AI can and cannot do. So a strong security mindset is really essential when integrating AI features. So ethical thinking is important, really, really important, most especially when it has to do with privacy, fairness, and user trust. So these skills could actually help a lot for developers or startups to be able to see how they can use AI responsibly. So there are so many other skills one could actually learn. For example, how to make use of effective prompting to AI and how individual can also protect his or her own sensitive data and how to give AI prompts that would avoid leakage of information. So while continuous learning is really necessary, so it is
Yeah.
very important to practice.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it is. So because every day AI tools evolve and so many things comes up, and
Yeah.
but it's
That's
really
why it's so important to
to
hear what others are doing and see something what you're practicing, some hands-on. Okay, take key takeaways.
okay. So we've seen that AI is actually powerful, but it is not a magic. So AI does not just you don't just tell AI do this and then does them without any problem or causing any confusion. You just have to make use of it responsibly, and that is why learning these powerful skills would help you to be able to know how to make use of AI. So, but I would also recommend start with small. You don't just have to delve into the bigger part of AI. So you can start with small and then practical use of AI. Another thing that could also help that we discussed is to think about security early in the development process, so to avoid leakage of information. And then we also talked about use of open source tools wisely and responsibly. Then we also see that when we make use of these tools wisely and responsibly, it leads to a better product and stronger user trust when we are dealing with our clients, or when we are trying to build our self-esteem, our skills, or whatever stacks we make use of in terms of development.
Nice. So very like cautious slides. Please connect with Joseph, Betsy by email or by LinkedIn, and he has his LinkedIn in the chat, so it's clickable. I saw a few questions in the chat, and also I'm wondering if Joseph, if you would like to do something hands-on or some demo, just to make it a little bit more practical. Maybe show a few projects you've done so far and showing how you are leveraging like cybersecurity risks and such. I open the floor. Anyway, what do you want, guys? Unmute,
like
ask questions.
I feel like I've barely started to use AI in my development life, let alone trying to think about how to best bake it into a product that consumers will use. That's like a whole nother level of anxiety that I haven't broached yet. That seems like a lot more moving parts.
That's true. Sometimes it's needed, just like the empowerment needed. It's okay to start with having all these risks. This is good. Judith, you have a question? Go ahead.
I wanted to share something about how my workflow in the work that I'm doing with AI. So I told you about my 5-minute WordPress website. I want to tell you how I got to that place. I trained my GPT on what I needed it to do, which meant, for example, I made 2 custom plugins. The first one, I tediously went through every file that the AI, the GPT spit out for me, output for me, right? And it just so happens that it's Copilot. I've integrated it. Okay. So bottom line is I went through a couple of hours of actually training it how to do a plugin, understanding my tonality, my format, my expression, and all of those subtle things. But mostly I gave it the steps and the format and the output that I needed. By the time I did the second plugin, it spit it out in less than 5 minutes. And I only had to put in a prompt. I wish I was on my computer. I would give you the prompt. I can send it later. but I gave it like a long paragraph prompt of exactly what I wanted, made only two small changes, and I got a custom plugin, WordPress, latest version, in less than 5 minutes. So what am I saying by this? I'm saying that there is no lesser value to prompting than there is to coding in this instance. The better prompter you are, right? The better that you can express the goal, the format, the tonality in the most concise way possible, the faster you're going to have your workflow move and the less coding you're going to have to do. I don't know about you, but I've been coding for 20 years. I'd rather not do it all day if I don't have to. So it's like the teach a man to fish thing, you know? I mean, you want to first teach it to fish, and then it's going to give you the entire ocean. Okay, I'm done. My rant is over.
Well,
I've had
can I?
a very similar experience. I've been using Claude Max Pro for like 8 months, usually between 4 and 8 hours a day. And over 8 months, it's evolved a lot, and I've learned a lot. And at the same time, I bought a used 12 gig video card, put it in a lab in a server, and did my own model and learned how to like do that part of it and then put a chat in front of it, and those together kind of helped me understand to like exactly what. I apologize, I don't know the last person who spoke's name. Was it
Joseph?
Judith.
Judith? It was Judith.
Yes. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Judith. Yeah, and I've had the very same experience as Judith.
Judith.
For me, my use case is a lot more complex than teaching it to do something I wanted to do from scratch. Yeah, I am on Boss Tier subscription. It's freaking expensive, but I found that after 4 hours, I was wiped out for the day and I couldn't do anything. So I had to upgrade so that I could work for 6 to 8 hours out of the day on it. But my experience has been that I use the project knowledge. So all of these paid subscription ones, they have the ability to do kind of RAG on the fly. RAG is retrieval augmented generation. You give it a bunch of sources and it refers to those sources before it answers your questions. And so what I've taken to doing is creating a project and populating the project knowledge with architecture design references, implementation references. This is what, it looks like when I need to hook up a view to a model and render a template. Yeah, and it's just a whole bunch of step by step that you train the machine. And after a while, you get to the point where you just tell it, okay, use these five references and build this design. Here's a couple of pictures of how I want it to look. Go. And literally less than 5 minutes later, you have exactly what you asked for, and you just have to kind of do the work of integrating it, because an AI can't know your whole project, no matter how well you train it, unless you train up a fresh model from scratch, which is beyond the scope of most normal humans.
Well, can I ask a follow-up question both for you and Judith as far as training the agents to work more effectively on the type of tasks you need? Is that basically like asking it to do something, looking at the outcome, and then going and tweaking something like your cursor rules or your sort of system prompts, and then resetting the code and asking it to do the same thing and seeing if it does better?
That's kind of a good analogy, but it's also a little overthought and overwrought. It's much more like um, declarative programming. If you think of it, that's a better model to think of it. So it's like, all right, this when I write a class, this is my style guide. This is how I do it. These are my considerations. So that's how I write a class, and that's one document that the AI now has in its quote unquote memory. And so when you prompt it, you tell it, hey, refer to these documents, right? Refer to how to make a class. Refer to my high level architecture document that tells you, where to find the details of the class that we're editing. Now, here are three files from, my code base that I know you're going to need, and here's what I want from you. give it to me. And you end up with like, either changes to two or three files or, maybe you get a refactor. But I mean, that's easy mode. That's high level, like, retrieval augmented generation, declarative, um, uh, project kind of thing.
I have another question. So first of all, Jason Gardner asked in the chat, any AI-enabled IDE users in the crowd? So he is personally using Cursor. So anyone else is using Cursor? Just raise your hand if Cursor lovers or enjoyers are here. Yes, Cursor, no Cursor. And what else? What else do you use? VS Code is AI-enabled, right? I guess
Yeah,
Joseph?
it's V0 or anti-gravity is also good. I've tried Cursor, it wasn't for me.
Nice. And of course, Claude Code is all the rage now at the terminal level.
I'm actually
Yeah.
not using Claude Code. I'm still just using the chat. I want to use Claude Code, but I haven't looked at it yet. Has anybody?
I
Wait,
know AWS is using Claude.
how are you doing
You
the
know,
RAG if
you
you're
can
just chatting?
integrate all of this into your Chat GPT. Like I pay for a Chat GPT professional service. I also pay for V0. I use them both kind of interchangeably because I find with V0 I'll run out of tokens, right? So I've got to go over to ChatGPT and have it keep going for me. If I've got three things going on at once, boom, I'm, out of energy by 4 hours later or whatever. So you have to watch out for gotchas like that, in your programming. But, I just also want to say, I look at, at how to do a prompt like a lot like a product manager would in making that first descriptive statement, right? Yeah, it's got to be a little more technical than that, but you have to be able to just, excuse me for saying this, kind of barf it out in one concise statement to get it going. And training it has to do with keep on doing that. I find that sometimes it can't read the files that I attach. This was in the beginning, and I had to read through every single file and then, copy and paste that file in and say, well, why did you exclude this code? Please print it out as a diff, get it to like work for me until I can get it to be my assistant was like the whole process.
Cool. So let's do this. It's almost 7 p.m. right now, so I want to hear from Uday because Uday is about to give a lightning talk, and I think he is experienced developer. So maybe you will grab some ideas from Uday, and then we will explore more questions and share more experiences. How does this sound? Looks like you're ready. Go ahead and share your screen.
Hi. Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. Let me
Once
share my
again,
screen.
introduce yourself again, okay?
Sure thing. So let me move to my presentation. Okay,
Again, we're
is this
trying
visible?
different talks here. If we like something and we want to explore more, we will schedule this speaker for another one. Okay?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Is my presentation visible?
Yep, perfect.
All right, awesome. First of all, thank you everyone for having me here and for your attendance on this presentation. My name is Uday Shankar Bhowal. I have done a BTech and completed an MSc in engineering management. I have around 10 years of experience in IT, data, cloud security, and recently have been working in AI technology as well. So this is my very generic topic. Like this is not too much into technology, but I'll try to cover as much as possible. So what is technology education in 2026 in the current time? What is the technology education? Why does it matter? And what should we do to update ourselves? So here it goes. So these are the few topics which I'll be covering in my lightning speech. Why does it matter to learn technology? What are the problems we as a business try to solve? The core infrastructure like the cloud CI/CD pipelines, all the Terraform and everything included, artificial intelligence, does it help? Networking security, OS automation, data technology, how we improve the visualization of our data using different smart tools, and what, as a human, what we have, like the ethics and responsibility in technology. So, yep, this is my first slide. I'll just talk through it. So, what is the first thing which comes to my mind is technology is career. So we need technology to improve in our career. It can be healthcare, it can be business, it can be some sort of AI kind of role, but technology helps us to understand the business from a different perspective, automate things, and make things easier. It helps us to solve real problem faster by using automation, smart decisions, using the tools which we have. So these are some of the things which we need tech for. Technical skills brings more opportunities. It don't need us to be expert to start as a technician. We can be in business role, but using technology, we can improve ourselves step by step. Next, understanding technology makes us future proof. So technology keeps changing every 2 or 3 years, most likely, because 3 years back when I just graduated, I didn't use that much of AI, but right now we are using AI a lot. So we have to keep ourselves updated. So it makes us future proof. Companies rely on digital systems these days. Everything is digital. Knowing the basics helps us work smarter. And technology reduces repetitive work, like we can focus on creativity, business solutions, and all this. So, what actual technologies are helping us? What problems we are trying to solve? First of all, there are two fundamental problems which we try to solve. One is the building the software from scratch, and the other is business specific solutions. This is what came to me. From scratch, I mean to say the tool which you're trying to build, the software development challenges in the enterprise technologies and enterprise business. So we are building things like a data software, or maybe we're building a AI LLM. So these are the core elements which are required. We do testing, we do building as a product. We try to make the product function before releasing out to the general public. Then we also use a lot of automations and scripting using different tools like Python or Unix shell scripting in order to build software solutions. So these are the fundamentals, and business specific solutions, I would say cost saving. Cost saving is a very technology intensive element. We need to audit the systems, find what things are costing us money. And in order to save money, we can use technology to automate a lot of things, or maybe find a better way to do business. Innovation, research work, and working with data. We can use data to analyze and build some insights. And once we have the actionable insights, we can take different directions to the business. So these are some of the types of problems we try to solve. I'll start with a few elements which we should be educated about technology. So first is the information technology backbone. So we have cloud, we have something called automated deployments, CI/CD pipelines, infrastructure as a code. So what is on-prem? On-prem is nothing but the core servers. These are the physical servers which we have on our data centers. So these are still the core, and we can't get eliminated, like we can't eliminate those servers. These are the legacy technology which supports everything. We have now something called cloud technology, which are nothing but infrastructure as a service. Some big companies are providing you services which the on-prem servers would be, but these are faster to deploy, and we can build our business solutions much faster, much easier with low risk. So That's why we use the cloud. CI/CD is continuous integration and continuous deployment. So this is used to rapidly build and test and to redeploy. So previously we used to build everything like a waterfall model. So we build the initial software, we deploy it, then we have to test it. And if the testing is not good, fails, then we have to do everything once again. But now with CI/CD, we can just plug in using codes, using GitHub or several Jenkins automation. And this will help us to rapidly develop, test, and redeploy multiple times. And we have something called infrastructure as a code. So this is a very important term. Infrastructure as a code means that all the infrastructure which we have, they are basically codes which are YML based codes, and they will be used to define all the compute, storage, networking, firewall, and all this kind of tools. The code will be used to deploy faster with low risk. And some of the examples are AWS, Terraform, GitHub Actions. Now, second topic is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is using the neural networks, which are the computer systems which are inspired by brain that learns patterns from data. So we feed lots of data in a computer system, which will find patterns, and they will make meaning out of human languages. So the way which we do is called natural language processing, or NLP. This is how the computer understands our human language, and it processes the data using the neural network and retrieves data out of it. Now we have large language models which are built out of NLPs, which can like process the human language and summarize, assist. It can do a lot of question answers and things. It can integrate with RAG systems, it can integrate with chat systems. So a lot of use of this RAG, or retrieval augmented generation. It is a system which comprises of embedding the data which we have on our system, and we use those data to as a knowledge base and use the RAG system to query on this knowledge base. So we have, suppose we have a big data set on healthcare data. So we want to find out what disease is caused by a certain pathogen. So we can just feed all those data to the RAG, and we can use the large language model to query the database using the RAG. And that will give you the response like, oh, this disease is caused by this, without us to look through all the records. The RAG will take care of all of this. And yeah, these are the users like chatbots, which is basically a direct implementation of RAG, fraud detections, recommendations, document search, and different types of automations. Now, the third element is networking, security, and operations. So networking is basically how distributed computers connect with one another and talk to one another. So we have IP addresses, ports, and different protocols on which files are shared, on which HTTP traffic or the web traffic works, APIs work. Then we have something called L1, L2 level. So L1 and L2 are two different levels of operations. The first line is who helps us diagnosing the issue in the system. And the second line, L2, is something which is related to solving the issue. So if we find an issue in the network, then L1 will help us to diagnose and troubleshoot, and L2 system will help us basically to resolve the issue. So these are like the system terminologies which we use in infrastructure. Then we have to know about system security fundamentals, like how to protect our devices, updating the firewalls, keeping firewalls updated, password and access controls, identity access management, and yeah, different types of security processes which are being followed by the enterprise. Then we do have monitoring and troubleshooting as well. So for monitoring, we have tools like Grafana, Elasticsearch, Kibana. They are helpful for checking the logs creating alerts. So if a system or a server gets down, we can generate an alert out of the data which we have. We can do ping, we can do traces and find out where the problem is, and we can pinpoint the exact server which is failing. So monitoring is very important. And yeah, configurations using the list privilege access and secure settings, these are all required to keep a system reliable so that it is safe to access and there is less security issues. And we also have data engineering and data tools. So data engineering is capturing all the data from different sources. It can be a CSV file, it can be Excel, it can be a SQL data source. And we use scripts, automation scripts, like we can build a Python pipeline and pull the data. And once we have the data, we use something called ETL, extract, transform, and load, which is basically, we are pulling the data, we are cleaning up the data, and we are loading the data for analysis. So data is it is not always clean. So we have to do the pre-processing of data using certain tools. So tools like Tableau Prep or Alteryx, those really helps with this ETL. Next, we have data storage. So once we have the data, pulled in data, we need to store it in some kind of database. So this is also a part of the data engineering pipeline, warehouses, cloud systems. It can be a flat file, it can be a CSV record, anything works. And for analytics, we use analytics tools to find patterns from a set of data. We try to pull the data on the analytics tool and try to see what are the things present and how the data is behaving. And we can turn those into numbers, into visualizations like graphs and charts and diagrams so that it is more presentable. We can do storytelling, we can build, we can improve the quality of the data, we can use it in real world usage. So these are a few words on data. And finally, the ethics and the best practices. So these are some of the best practices which we do follow. First is security first mindset, which means we should have a zero trust system. IAM is identity access management. So whenever we are setting up an identity access for maybe a cloud service like AWS, will make sure that the role and the groups are as minimum as possible so that no one gets access to APIs or any kind of service without our permission. So that is the first thing. Then data policy and responsible data usage. We should not be sharing data to places which it should not go. Then we have like responsible AI system. Responsible AI are like AI systems where we take consideration of ethics, and we should make sure that it is grounded in real information and we are not spreading any information which is not supposed to be shared. Then we have something called shared responsibility model, cloud safety. And yep, these are all the ethical point of view which we should be taking care of while building system and managing the system. Yeah. So final word is technology gives us power, but ethics tells us how to use that power responsibly. So yep, this is my presentation, and yeah, feel free to ask questions if you have. Thank you.
This was wonderful description of properly done corporate IT infrastructure.
Yeah,
So
I went it as fast as I could.
yeah,
Well,
it's all good about them. What about you? What do you do for them? What's your role? What are you up to? What's your
It's more into
experience?
infrastructure. So I manage the data infrastructure for my company, and I do a lot of work in managing the servers, making the servers up and online, networking related work, security for sure, yes, managing the roles and identity access management. Yep. everything related to infrastructure.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, once again, my call to action to everyone, please put your LinkedIn in the chat. Please connect with each other. Please do the same in the Slack channel, which I shared with you. You can save the chat using three dots. This way you don't lose anything. And my goal is just to start facilitating your connections, but you have to take it from there. Good job, Uday. I think you did great job describing it, summarizing it. Actually, these slides shall be like the to-go white paper for
Yep. Appreciate that.
corporations. If anyone is here building corp IT cloud. Yes, no, I don't know.
It's interesting to end on the ethics slide, especially with the AI stuff, because the way that I understand it, and again, I'm very new to adopting any of this stuff.
Mhm.
If you feed it into an LLM, unless that's running on premises, if it's running in the platform as a service, software as a service, like a, GPT API or Anthropic, you're sending data to them. So if you mentioned about working in a healthcare system as a thought, theoretically, I think you have to be very careful about, I assume,
Exactly.
what you send to the LLM, because I think the LLMs also have all kinds of um, terms of service where like they're allowed to train their models on the things you send to it. Although I
That's true.
guess there's probably like special business and HIPAA compliant licenses you can
Yeah,
get,
they do
but
have enterprise mode and non-work mode. So in enterprise mode, they provide us like this end-to-end security where they'll be not keeping any logs. So they will not use to retrain.
ah,
So
all
it
right,
is
well
in
that's
their
good.
contract. Yeah.
You. Uh,
Yeah,
but it,
it's a big security issue for sure. Yeah.
but I'm also curious about the whole notion of the retrieval augmented generation. So,
Yeah.
just again from a healthcare standpoint, just because it's a very interesting field,
Mhm.
someone could ask a question like, "Hey, is this medication okay for me to take?" And theoretically, the LLM should know like what's this person's medical history, what other medications are they taking. That's the kind of stuff I
Exactly.
think the RAG is supposed to do. But how do you even tell? How do you tell an AI system where to get data to augment the generation?
It's a valid question. As of now, we are not using for those kind of recommendations, but mostly we are just recommending the healthcare plans which you can take,
Hmm.
like the benefits and all those kind of things, not the specific like disease and
Gotcha. So less
prescription they
user
are putting.
specific, but more tailored to the plans that are being offered.
Yes, yes.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha,
that
gotcha.
is a point which we are also like researching internally, like how to incorporate like user health issues as well.
I think because of all of those regulations, the HIPAA regulations, you can't really use the RAG system the same way you would customize like an internal knowledge base with some kind of app like a Notebook LM, where it isn't feeding the data to the outside. I'm not speaking in specifics. This is,
Yeah, yeah.
nebulous, I know, but I'm saying that there would be no way you could do it the other way because the HIPAA regulations, if you were doing it, let's say through a medical organization, wouldn't let you do it.
Exactly.
FYI.
Yeah, we are doing the same thing. Like we have all the data in our local server, but we are using the external APIs just to query and give us the response. So that's the only thing which we are using the AI for. But all the data resides in our local system.
May I ask you, are each one of those different language models, are they separated, like let's say from something that might be, a system you would have to authenticate to, for example? Are they separate? Like, let's say you're doing some kind of a pipeline.
Oh, yes, yes.
And,
We have an internal gateway for that. Yeah. We don't use that direct OpenAI or anything like that. We have our own uh, OAuth authentication, and which like isolates the entire the web traffic from our internal traffic to Azure or Open API, whatever you're using. It is completely isolated based on the authentication.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Yep, sure.
Awesome presentation. So basically,
Thank you so much.
my next call to everyone. First of all, we have ongoing call for speakers. Feel free to use it. Thank you for sharing your screen, Uday. Please connect with him. Uday, please share your LinkedIn and all links you want to share on the chat. So ongoing call for speakers is available for you. We're always allowing people to practice and just to give a lightning talk here. And we're always collecting your feedback. If you want some of them to give a specific talks, for example, hearing Joseph today and hearing all these well thought through summaries, I was interested to see something he would show like hands-on, how he's performing, how he's doing all things he's sharing with us, right? Another thought I have and question of mine, what people are using as IDE. So that's why we allocate so much time to hear from each and every of you. Where are you at? What IDE are you using, if any? What's your framework using IDE and what? And where are you in your journey so far? And did you get into trying ADKs, agents, and such? Because there are a lot of resources shared through our GDG chapter. Again, our Slack channel is very resourceful. You can ping me and we will give you the access to our library of talks, tutorials, in-person talks and recorded talks and labs done. So that's the unlimited resource we can plug you into. If you're not part of GDG yet, so we're happy to help you to join because there are a lot of resources. If you feel lonely, we are never such. We're here. Come over to our Slack, come over to our meetups. Next meetup, we will have John Paul also showing some hands-on what he built so far using agents. He's kind of in the corporate world himself. Yes. Okay, the link to what? Mark, what do you want to see? The link to GDG, to Slack?
To Slack.
Okay, I will do that. So John will give a talk next month. Once a month we do virtual like that, and once a month we do in person. So saying that, 2 events per month, one virtual, one in person. If you're local, come over. We're in Kingston, February 11th. And next one would be in Poughkeepsie, alternating small municipalities around Hudson Valley. If you're not local, like Joseph from Nigeria or Uday is coming from Seattle, I think I remember this right.
Austin, Texas.
Okay. And some people are from Texas here and such, so it's all good because we're a tech community and we're here to help each other. Okay. So that's my approach, call to speak for speakers and hearing from you. So here are speakers submitting talks and you are submitting, providing your feedback. Was it good? What we would like to see more? So this would be allowing us to make you better. Yeah, I'm Yulia Matchmaker. That's it.
Well, thank you for putting this on.
Okay. I'm putting the link, Slack link to the chat. Please join Slack. Please use it to introduce yourself and connect with each other. So majority of you are on the Slack already, and I hope most of you at our GDG chapter, the websites so far are not providing the opportunity to chat. That's why Slack is needed. But maybe someone will build the connection tools very soon. That's what we're going to do at the hackathon. on April 4th. I hope you will join us. Questions? The floor is yours. We can stay here another 15 minutes. Whatever you want to ask or say.
I would like to just talking about what would be interesting to see as someone who, again, who has not really dove into this much, even just seeing some hands-on demos, just even almost like little examples like, hey,
Yeah,
I want to make this one
yeah,
change to this site, and someone does it in in Cloud Code or something, VS Code or Cursor or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Just to,
yeah,
I feel like I hear the stories, but it's hard for me to visualize what that's
yeah,
actually looking like.
yeah. John Paul will do some hands-on and demo of what he built. And I think Jason Gardner, it sounds like you could do this as well. Would you like to?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. That's that's my intention.
Okay, Ben, you're next in person for in-person one. Okay?
Okay.
And us AI tinkerers, plug, are all about the demos. So
Oh,
all of our
nice.
demos are doing code first. Here's how it's happening. So I'll probably throw my name in the hat for a future one.
Very exciting.
Yeah, April 4th stands for the hackathon, in-person hackathon in Troy. As I said, every month we're meeting, once in person, once virtual. So I'm looking forward to see you at least February 19th for virtual one, if you're not joining us in person on February 11th. Okay, Ali, thank you for joining our Slack. Use it. Use it. More questions? Feel free to share what IDE are you using. Oh, okay. More questions? No questions? Shankar, Patrick, Jason, it was nice to meet you. Ali, I'm looking forward to really meet you sometimes, maybe virtually, but in better connections. I didn't get a chance to hear from Angie or Robbie. If you're okay, feel free to unmute yourself, show your beautiful face, introduce yourself, say a few words. And also, I don't see, okay, some people dropped, so it's fine. Patrick, feel free to introduce yourself too. We all think low about ourselves. Hey, here's Angie. Hello.
From Michigan in the United States, and I have joined the GDG for about more than 9 months now, and from different chapters. And I've been going to different meetups and webinars and seminars with Google itself. And I am I'm in tech startup at this moment, and I'm finishing up my analyst certification with Google. So I'm really am just trying to explore more. I actually have some AI agents and apps that I am developing. I do need some team members, so I have logged into the dev hackathon. I have logged in. The first time I did by myself, so I learned that you need more than just me. And but my ideas and everything is fantastic. So I'm gonna do it again, and hopefully I get more people to join me as a team and to let's get this and let's make this happen. Let's
Awesome.
put it
Awesome.
together. So that's my dream, and I'm so glad you called on me. Hi, everybody.
Angie, you're awesome. And I'm happy to support any women in tech. So it's lots, if it requires a lot of bravery for men to say something, for women,
Yeah.
it's double efforts.
Exactly. Exactly. So forgive me, I'm in my kitchen, I'm cooking dinner. So,
That's what
but
we do,
also,
multi-head.
I'm doing here, but I could do multiple things, but yes, that's what I'm doing. So I I'm really enjoying every information, every bit of uh the info from the experts and those who are actually professionally doing it and can share info to help me to grow in what I'm doing. I love every bit of it. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing. And I hope to see you guys and meet you guys in person too. And I'm looking forward to it.
So maybe Joseph will be hired for the startup Angie is building very soon, right? International teams, potentially. Okay, no more questions? Anyone else want to say a few words? 1, 2, 3. Okay, see you next time then. Thank you everyone for your time and commitment. It was pleasure working with you guys, and I hope you will make connections.
Indeed. Have a great evening.
See you
Have a
soon.
great evening, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for having me here too. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Joseph. Good job, everyone. Bye.